platforms that are really going into place right now. Again, this is more of a team effort. I've been involved in some of these teams and on some of these committees to develop and put this together, which has been is going to be great. We're just now launching our business clients onto a product called Q2. And we're calling it Mutual VIP, but this is an interface platform developed by a fintech company that's really the same mobile banking and online banking technologies that the bigger banks, the big boys, Wells, Chase, U.S. Bank, are all using, and this is going to put us up on that playing field. So really, we're not crazy enough to think that we're going to be innovators in that space, but we do know that we can go out to a company like Q2, and we've been able to successfully, integrate our consumers onto that and working on our business clients now, and the response has been excellent. It's been great.
Could you quantify the response in some way?
Yeah, so we've implemented and converted over our consumer clients of the bank to that platform, and right now we're working on the business clients and converting those over. Our first 25% of our business clients are going to be converted over by the end of this quarter, by the end of September, and then we'll hopefully be converted over to at the 75% mark of our business clients by the end of the year, and use the first quarter to convert those over, the rest of the 25%.
Right. And what was your this integrated platform that you have implemented? So what was your contribution here? Like you said before, this company is not at the very leading edge of innovation when it comes to digital disruptions. But were you an important part of would you say you were an important part of making this company embrace digital innovations, embrace this whole digital tools platforms?
Yeah, I would say I was an influential voice in that, right? I mean, along with some of my other counterparts that served on that committee to find to bring these solutions to the bank. There was certainly a group and a team effort on that, but it was quite a process to go and to interview and work with different companies and try to select the best partner for our bank in that. So yeah, I mean, I would say I was a strong voice in implementing, and a strong voice in that led to, this is, be careful sometimes in these kinds of banks. This is what gets you put on these committees in the first place. But I was a strong voice for advocate for our clients that we needed to embrace some of this technology and bring some of this on board to maintain our client relationships.
Right. Okay. Okay, so I don't believe there were any new products that you developed over here. You just told me that there weren't any new products per se during your 3 years over here. So I'll skip that. And did you leverage any relationships with politicians and civil servants to influence banking legislature over here?
Yeah, one of the groups that been a part of is the American Bankers Association and ABA, but they have a Nevada chapter, and I've been involved with some of those, and really that's been more of just kind of using that for myself to keep up to date on the policies and the things that are happening that would affect banking in the Nevada market, both in the state legislature and in the national legislature. So, that's something I really, haven't been. I don't know that I've been an active
Right, right.
part of that, but it's been something that I've been following, keeping and pace with.
Right. I understand. Like you've updated yourself on it, and like you've been part of the associations. You know what are the current trends in it. I understand that.
Sure.
Um, okay. So yeah, but I do remember something regarding this. You said like stimulating economic growth. The strategies that we were discussing. You said that like you and the mayor of the city and like different like NGOs work together to boost like stimulate economic growth in the region like through small businesses. So that was something that was where
Yes.
you like leveraged a political relationship to a degree. So is there any other place where you like just leverage a relationship with a politician or civil servant to like drive success with for your company?
Yeah. Well, one thing comes to mind, and I'm sure we'll be getting to this. And we talked a lot about the involvement in the community, but I was a founding board member of the UNLV, University of Las Vegas School of Banking, and we started that about 2 years ago, and we've created a graduate certificate in banking program at the university, which has really enhanced to do that. And I sit on that board with a number of other executives from different banks here in this market. But as we put that together and we rolled that out, we just saw our first students graduate with their certificate in banking this last May, and we actually took on an intern as part of that program. We're taking on the banks that are participating in that and taking on interns, and we took on an intern here at our market. But all in an effort to try to train, and groom and build our bench of future bankers, right?
Right,
And
talent.
so
Your
that's,
talent pool, right?
yeah,
Your
the
talent
talent
pool.
pool. Yes,
Mm.
yes. And it's working, right? Our intern that we had on board with us here is worked with us for the summer, did a great job, and we in fact, we made an offer to keep him on board and hire him permanently, but he already had a job lined up and is going to work for the FDIC. But it was a great program, and it's just, as we go through the political, started when you asked about the political, kind of mindset. This is, when you get into the education and those kinds of things, that really pulls in a lot of the politics. But working with the department chairs and the deans and the president of the university to put that together and bring that to play is it's been a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding for us as bankers to see interest and activity from the young people, from bringing young minds into banking that has kind of lost its. We don't have any training programs anymore, so there's a lot of them aren't coming into this profession.
I understand. Okay. All right. We talked about how you built brand awareness by strengthening community relationships. How did you promote collaborative, results-driven culture? Okay, we all talked about that. Develop systems to settle lending decisions. Implementation systems. Did you develop any systems to facilitate like lending decisions, whether or frameworks or policies to facilitate lending decisions, other than the things that we discussed, the policy rewrites that we discussed? Did you develop anything like that to facilitate like who to give loans to and who not to?
No, but I was given when I came to the bank. I was given a lending limit or a lending authority, and I had ability to sign, on my own loans up to $1 million in
Oh,
credit exposure. So, I mean, I think that that really goes to show and really something that risk people or credit people would look at and see that that's it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it's a for one person to have that authority on their own is a lot, you know.
right, 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 right. Okay. Mm, okay. Is there anything that you did in regards to like competing with non-bank competitors, like this stuff like PayPal and Apple Pay and Amazon Cash, like non-bank entities competing with your business? Anything you did develop strategies for that?
Not not really. No, I really wasn't involved in that side of it much at all.
Okay, I understand. Did you, with regards to like risk management, like when giving out loans, did you develop like implement any technologies like machine learning technologies or stuff like that to improve technologies that could analyze larger data sets and like tell you like whether you should invest in a particular thing or not? So any such systems or strategies technologies that you implemented for risk management?
No, I would say probably not.
All right. Did you do anything for against like to mitigate fraud in your bank?
Um, Really, with respects to, I mean, fraud and risk and all of those are really big key buzzwords that I really didn't develop those policies, but I can just really
Mhm.
say that just as the president just really emphasized those metrics that were passed down from our risk division and our risk folks to make sure that they were followed and adhered to.
Right, right, right. You like enforce them, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, right. All right. Um, okay, let's move on to your next position. Is there any other thing that you would like to talk about over here? Any other program, any other strategy, any other awesome thing that you did over here? Anything else that you'd like to talk about?
Um, no, just that you know, really focusing in on just emphasizing again that I did this and accomplished these things as that player coach, right? As that out there, on the front lines, bringing in business myself, out there,
Mhm.
leading the team and the sales things to do the same. So I think that's because as I look into where my next job opportunity is or where the next job that I'd be interested in, it really comes down to, I love working with clients. I love being on the front line. I love being on the sales side. I love doing that, and I love the leadership side. I love the ability to coach and to help others, find success in the sales side. So, that to me would my next position, has all of those elements that involved in it, and being able to do all of those. So, um,
Right, right.
hope,
Yeah, so you're targeting like executive level roles in like banking in the banking sector, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, okay. They'll have all of these roles combined. I understand. Okay, so you just mentioned another one of your passions is like mentoring people like achieve their maximum potential. So is there any such like training or mentoring program that you established over here?
Yeah, I don't think there's not necessarily any set programs, but I've always found success in being in just being able to outline for somebody before they come on board what it is that's going to be expected of them, what it is that how it is that we want them to go about being successful in that, and being there with them to let them to help them with their success. And so for me it was